So, hello, this is project feedback. So, this is the proposal one, which is indoor positioning system using Wi-Fi. So, the system architecture is data collection nodes, which will incur with three Android phones and one Raspberry Pi as an IoT device. Cloud infrastructure using AWS for data processing and visualization. Data collection will be done by Wireshark for RSSI logging and implement a grid for indoor fingerprinting. Model training will be done by on AWS SageMaker using a custom-made DNN model, and we will deploy it using API for real-time positioning prediction. So the second proposal is collaborative health monitoring system, which utilizes three Android phone to gather health data from wearable devices such as heart rate and temperature. So the system architecture is data collection, which is wearable devices connected to mobile application, and cloud infrastructure, which will use by AWS for data processing, storage, and ML for model development. So we will do the data processing by real-time data collection and user authentication via AWS Cognito, and machine learning model to analyze health trend and alarmities, and visualization will be done for user for a better experience. So the third one is peer-to-peer AWS integration for images. So the system architecture is three smartphone with CMOS sensor for image capture, and the cloud infrastructure which has AWS Lambda for pre-processing and S3 for storage, SageMaker for ML model development. So data processing will be done by local image processing and shared among devices. Use advanced compression technique for storage efficiency, and development and visualization will be done using AWS Lambda. So I would like to ask Saurabh, what is the preferred proposal among the three? Saurabh?
Yeah, so I think proposal one may be considered because minimum hardware requirements is there.
Uh-huh.
Uh, by leveraging existing Wi-Fi infrastructure
Mm-hmm.
and utilizing common devices.
Yeah, fair enough. Thank you. Thank you. And Anish, what's your opinion?
I think proposal one is the best among the rest because the indoor positioning and navigation market is rapidly growing, projected to increase.
Oh yeah. So yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, Nikhil. So what's your opinion?
So I totally agree with the other two participants.
Mm-hmm.
I think the proposal one is considered can be considered because it enhances security, unlike GPS, which relies on external signals. The proposed
Yeah.
system can keep data within private servers.
Oh yeah, very good, very good. So thank you for your valuable feedback, and have a nice day. Thanks a lot.
Hello, I'm Mikram from Group 13 for 542. We have three ideas designed for our final project. So the first idea is we are planning to do a Wi-Fi based localization system that is indoors compared to traditional GPS based localization, which doesn't work indoors. This will work indoors, and you can also use Wi-Fi, a new spectrum instead of GPS. So that's our first project. The second project is we are planning to do a simple collaborative health monitoring system using multiple mobile phones. So using three Android phones to simultaneously collect and analyze, health data from wearable sensors. That facilitates real-time data sharing and analysis, and it will also leverage a cloud platform, AWS, to log all the data. So that would be great. Using wearable sensors like watches and stuff. The third project that we plan to do is it's a simple um peer-to-peer torrent system that has an innate native ML compression. You know, so you can transfer high quality images in a peer-to-peer fashion, but with a machine learning model that has a really good compression and decompression. That will also leverage AWS. So, which do you think is the best idea and why?
I would choose the first one, like the indoor positioning system, because one of the main reasons is I believe the other two projects are really suitable, but I feel like the second one, at least health monitoring system, is like a lot of people have worked on it, and we all have like smartphones and smartwatches that are already really good at it. And so that's why I feel the first one should be a really good opportunity because I feel there's a lot of like real life applications. Considering
Okay.
it is true that indoor positioning using GPS is not really good indoors, and considering that almost every single indoor space is covered by Wi-Fi, I feel this will be a really good project to work on. So I would say the first one.
Okay, perfect. So you do also think the market value for Wi-Fi based localization is good? What's your opinion?
Uh, I don't know much about the market opportunities, but I do believe it's a really good field to explore in and work
Okay,
on. So yeah,
perfect. Yeah, I think that's it then. Thank you.
thanks,
Oh.
Vikram. Thanks for having me.
I'm Vikram from Group 13. So for 542. So we have three ideas for our final project. So the first idea is we are planning to do a Wi-Fi based localization system, replacing the traditional GPS. So you can do indoor localization because GPS signals they cannot penetrate indoors. So this is just a Wi-Fi alternative to GPS based things. So it has so many use cases. So that is our first area. Our second area is we are planning to do a simple collaborative health monitoring system that uses 300 phones to collect and analyze health data from wearable sensors like heart rate, temperature, all those basic parameters using wearable devices. So we facilitate real-time data sharing and analysis for that, and it's a health management system. So that is our second idea. Our third idea is a simple uh, peer-to-peer image streaming platform using machine learning. So it uses a specialized machine learning compression to facilitate the transmission of data. So that is our third area. So out of these three, which do you guys prefer the most, and maybe why?
I would really prefer the first project regarding the internal GPS kind of a project because it's pretty novel and I haven't heard of it before. And I think implementing it could kind of improve different office infrastructures. Like it could also impact like stuff like attendance machines or other. It can just automate other mundane tasks as well.
Okay.
So I think that's pretty
Interesting.
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 Yeah, so
What do you
me
think?
as well. I do think indoor localization based on Wi-Fi will be a great idea because provided, as you mentioned, if GPS doesn't work inside and Wi-Fi can be enabled to do for localization indoor, then of course that sounds novel and also seems pretty useful for industry applications. So,
Do you think in the current market Wi-Fi localization could do good, like in the market in the industry?
of course, yes, because these days industry they are using large infrastructures and indoor localization in that scale of
Yeah, they are also using machine learning.
buildings. Yeah, so
So-
it will be of course it will be useful.
And moreover, nowadays they're trying to automate everything. So they're like chatbot instead of using just chatbots. Any oil and steel industries are using like actual robots and drones to control stuff. So maybe these can help count where robots are and stuff, and verify the locations and everything.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
Hey Ashwin, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. What about you?
Nice. I'm doing good. So
That's
this discussion is to discuss about my ideas for the final project for EE542 Internet Cloud Computing. So we have three ideas in total. I would like to discuss and then get your feedback on how the ideas would work in real time. So the first idea is to create a localization system. Basically, we would have three IoT devices and then try to localize a particular target object within a mapped region. The second idea is to create a health monitoring system which uses IoT devices to gather data from wearable devices and then generate a health report. Yeah, and then the third idea is to create a peer-to-peer system for images. It's like a database basically. So within this peer-to-peer system, we would use some advanced deep learning models to compress and decompress data to allow faster data transmission. So I just wanted to know which of these ideas sounds very plausible or usable in our day-to-day life.
proposal is interesting. Like the system that you're trying to propose, I think it would be very much helpful in optimizing as well as providing a much more of an efficient method in terms of storing as well as pictures and multimedia content from different sensors. I think that would be helpful in different kinds of applications.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I was curious about the first method. Like, how are you planning to implement it? Because I think
Mm-hmm.
localization of Wi-Fi is also a pretty good problem statement that could be used in multiple places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So basically, we are trying to implement the localization of a target using the received signal strength by using
Mm-hmm.
Wi-Fi sensors within our IoT devices. Like we would use three IoT devices to perform triangulation of the object.
Mm-hmm.
I think this would be more accurate than what we do in GPS for usual. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you're in an open space, it's inversely proportional to the distance that you are in, the power that you receive in a sensor.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are within a closed space, you have a lot of walls that hinder your signal, which reduces the power received in sensors. So I think it's essential to have multiple IoT devices installed to locate
Okay.
a particular device. So this will be the way to go.
Okay. Do you mind explaining me the second proposal? Because I would like to understand it in much deeper way.
Yeah, the second proposal is basically it's like a mass screening tool kind of a thing. Like you have multiple devices to gather health information and then put them together and then make a collective report. Nothing much. It's a very basic health checkup kind of a thing.
Okay, so where are you planning to apply those? Like, what are your applications of that particular proposal? I mean, I think it would be great if you can provide me a use case where you would actually apply it.
Yeah. So basically, the first application would be used for intelligent agents, like something like a cleaning robot or any agent within a particular region can use this localization and perform tasks very, very easily because it would have a lot of information on the location where it's traveling through. For the second application, it's basically just a health monitoring tool. It doesn't have that much of scope, but then it's important that we keep our health in check. The third application, I think it would have a lot of impact on the streaming services that people use because nowadays data is being consumed in very humongous rates. So I think reducing the data being used by compressing them and then using lesser bandwidth would be helpful for a lot of stuff that they're doing. So yeah, these are
Oh,
the three possible areas where this can work out.
okay. Yeah. Thanks for elaborating. Yeah, I think these are a pretty good set of problem statements. Yeah, looking forward in implementing uh, of your implementing those.
Yeah, sure, man. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Hey, bro. How are you doing?
Hey, Sarvesh, I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So, yeah, I have three ideas for my final project for EE542, which is my
Mm-hmm.
course for internet and cloud computing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
the first idea would be to create a localization system, an internal localization system using three different IoT devices. Like,
Okay.
we would use these IoT devices as access points, and then we would locate a particular target within a given map.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, the advantage of this technique over GPS is basically GPS can be inaccurate sometimes due to the distance metric. But if we use localization techniques here using Wi-Fi, it'll be even precise. And we could control any intelligent agent that we are trying to work within a specific given space. Like it can read locations perfectly. That's one advantage of this technique.
Okay. I mean, can I
So
ask
yeah,
a quick doubt? Like, so
yeah.
basically, you have three devices, and instead of so what you'd be using IoT to interconnect those three devices, is it? Like,
Yeah, yeah. So basically, you have a target device. It's very difficult to identify a device from a single point because
mm-hmm.
sometimes you might have obstacles in between.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there might be power loss in the received signal strength that you get in a particular point due to the
Oh,
obstacle.
right. Yeah,
So
yeah,
what
yeah.
we are trying to do is we are trying to have three access points to triangulate the target within a region.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. So that might increase the efficiency of locating the object with ease.
Mm-hmm. Right,
Yeah.
right. Got it.
So that's one of the idea. The other idea is to use mobile phones to collect health data from different wearable devices like the Fitbits that you use every day.
Mm-hmm.
So this can be used as a screening tool for people, basically getting heartbeats, the number of steps per minute that they run, a lot of these stuff, put it all together and then produce a general report. This is a very generic idea.
Okay.
The third idea is to create a peer-to-peer system
Uh-huh.
for images. Like you would collect all images that you need for a specific task, or it can even be for a streaming service where people
Okay.
record stuff. You basically take up this data. You use a deep learning model to compress the data and
Okay.
then send it and decompress it again.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the intention of this idea is to reduce the data that is being transferred from one place to another by using minimal bandwidth, so that
Mm-hmm.
we could store it efficiently and anybody can use how much ever they want. So this is the whole idea for the third proposal. So
Right.
now I have to ask you, which piques your interest the most?
Yeah. So the third idea, right?
Mhm.
I mean, why do we have to compress and send it so that there's no loss of the data, or is it like
Yeah,
what
like
would be?
some compression methods do have losses. There are
Mm-hmm.
lossy compression mechanisms. But then as we are using image data, right?
Mm-hmm.
Up till 95% of the image could be recovered using the deep learning method that we're talking about. Even if it's
Right.
95%, even if there is a loss of information, we could regenerate it using image processing techniques.
Right.
That will definitely work.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So I'll just like try to summarize. So one was basically to identify a point using subsequent three IoT points kind of thing, right?
yeah. A
That's one.
target using three IoT devices. Second is a health
Okay.
monitoring system. Third is a
Uh-huh.
peer-to-peer system for data transactions. It can be for any data, basically video data and image data.
Right. I mean, I think the third one is really interesting because it involves imaging data, and I like imaging data. And one more thing is I see it like having a lot of application in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I know the idea of Dropbox, it was formed like this,
Mm-hmm.
how to compress and share data. So I would say third idea is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite. So yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much, man. Have a good day.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarvesh.
Hello, bro.
Hi,
How are you doing?
you doing good? How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So I'm just calling you to ask you for an idea on the proposal that I'm about to submit for my 542 project E542
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
internet
sure.
and cloud computing course.
Okay,
So yeah, totally we have three proposals for the final project for the course.
okay,
So the first project is to perform positioning using IoT devices, which is directly localization of an object within a given mapped area.
okay,
We would use three different IoT devices, which are access points. We would use them to perform triangulation and then locate a specific object within a given area. So this is a rough idea of the first proposal. The second proposal is to collect health data from wearable devices by
okay,
using a mobile phone as an IoT device, such as the heart rate sensor and the step sensor that some mobiles have. We would
okay,
collect them and form a report and give it to the patient on their health requirements that are to be accomplished and what they've done right until now.
okay,
So this is a simple idea of the second proposal. The third proposal is to create a peer-to-peer system for data sharing, specifically image data sharing, which would use a novel compression and decompression algorithm designed through deep learning. This would reduce the space taken up by data storage entities, which would provide faster access. You can even transfer the data with smaller bandwidths. So yeah, what are your thoughts on the three proposals and what do you think is the most attractive one?
okay. So I like the second and the third one more than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So the second one, could you scroll to that, please?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. So the idea sounds great, but so what kind of like information are you going to collect? Like, is it more of vitals or is it just like heart rate and stuff? Because if you're using only purely mobile phones, like it might uh, info might be a bit like inaccurate. So yeah, I just want to ask you that.
Yeah. So basically, we thought of using different mobiles like to divide the compute work rather than having a simple system because we wanted to do it in a federated manner. Like we wanted to use
Okay.
multiple sources to do the same stuff, but then
Okay.
we'll be collecting the basic requirements like the heart rate, SpO2, and the number of steps that you can walk on a treadmill, basically. So this would
Okay.
give a better measure on the agility of a person. So this is the basic idea behind that.
Okay. Yeah. The second idea is great. So like I think uh, you don't need too much like advanced hardware for this. You just
Yeah.
need like basic like a few phones and then some cloud compute. So yeah, I think this is the best one. Like out of the three, in my opinion. And
Okay.
yeah, I also like proposal number three as well. Um, but I'm not sure like how will you implement the compression algorithm using deep learning.
Mhm. Yeah. So basically, there we do have some research work that's been conducted on compression algorithms for which done through deep learning.
Okay.
So basically, the compression rates that they have achieved when compared to conventional algorithms are far better than the conventional algorithms that you have in the current
Oh,
date.
that's great. Okay.
Yeah, like for example, if you have conventional algorithms that have 2:1 or 5:1 compression ratio, you have deep learning models that give you 32:1 compression ratio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so
so you can do that.
okay, so you're looking to leverage that algorithm for this project, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
we would first understand what they're trying to do. Maybe we would implement something on our own. Maybe
Okay.
if they had something like a very basic structure with a CNN, we would like to improve it with a transformer kind of an architecture. We would look to upscale it basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
even
makes
then, it can be lossy. So what we have in mind is that even if the image that we get back is lossy, we would perform some image processing and then enhance the image so that we get a proper image again.
okay. Okay. Yeah. One more question. So it's like a peer-to-peer system, as in the final image sharing technology is peer-to-peer, or is it more like a federated learning, deep learning model we should be using? What does peer-to-peer like in this context mean?
Yeah. So basically, the peer-to-peer context comes under the image sharing part. So we
Okay,
wanted to
okay,
like enhance the network part of it and then send it with minimal bandwidth. That's it.
okay.
Nothing more.
Yeah, so I like proposal three as well because you don't need a centralized uh, server for storing all the data. So since it's like peer-to-peer is more reliable if you also have duplicates if like one server or device goes down. So yeah, my rating would be proposal two first, and then proposal three, and then proposal one. Yeah, so that's
Sure.
my
Sounds
yeah,
good. Thank you so
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Have a
Okay,
good day.
no worries. Yeah, have a good one.